Hi, everybody. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm super excited to host the set that we have all lined up for everybody watching on whatever virtual platform you're tuned in for. We have Parsonsfield, two ultra talented gentlemen here in the pink hat. We have got Chris.
Hello.
And then hello, how are we doing? And then over there, Antonio, what is that instrument you've got?
This is a mandolin.
There we go. So we have Chris on guitar, Antonio on mandolin, for the time being.
Yes.
Because I know you guys kind of like jump around with instruments, and it's kind of a communal process throughout the sets.
Totally. So we'll be switching things up a little bit throughout.
Cool. Well, cheers to you guys. It's Thirsty Thursday. So, do you guys? Did you get wine? Did we send you any?
We don't have wine right now, but I think it got sent to our manager. But I think she's probably off screen enjoying it right now. So,
well,
cheers. We brought provisions anyway. So
there we go. Yeah, it's that University of Connecticut sort of background you've got. I'm sure you have something somewhere for yourselves.
It's the most important thing we learned there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, you guys. So, without further ado, if you want to just kind of jump right into the first song, and then we can chat in a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna play the first song off our first album, which we do when we haven't played a show in a few months sometimes. All right, it's called Weeds Are Wildflowers. Came along to find a little peace of mind, neglecting all my duties, stepping off that straight line. Now I'll just sit by my front door filled with indolence and sounds. It's like I'm watching the weeds grow on my brow. And I had a pure potential in a soiled white shirt, with love enough to kill me, but I was unsure of its worth. And though the night is sweetened by some rising of the moon, I've lived enough to know the battle's never through. You pass something down, no matter where or how, will there be weeds or wildflowers affixed upon your boughs? There's a crooked burning cigarette rolling on your tongue. Will there be weeds or wildflowers when you're done? Remember we traveled through the desert and we traveled to the sea, looking out on some horizon, asking what you mean to me. And we all hang around with a free or toiled mind, while all of our branches entwine. And as I watch the brick erode from day to day, leaves change their colors and the loft fills with hay. And as a blade of sunshine cuts across my chest, the blood beneath boils with unrest. You pass something down, no matter where or how, will there be weeds or wildflowers affixed upon your boughs? There's a crooked burning cigarette rolling on your tongue. Will there be weeds or wildflowers when you're done? Changes of a butterfly's wing, and so that crooked burning cigarette rolling on your tongue will leave its weeds before your flowers yet have sprung. Will there be weeds or wildflowers when you're done?
Woo! Thank you guys.
Thanks so much.
So how is it performing just virtually compared to, you know, the live sets that you used to flourish with? And I know, like, I'm sure it's affected the creative process just all around. How have you guys been doing?
Yeah, well, honestly, it's kind of great for the creative process. Not performing virtually, but not being on tour is kind of great for the creative process. We're able to get into just much more like consistent patterns of writing and things like that. So, in that sense, I'm not really complaining. But as far as like the fire in my belly that I just love to feel, I haven't felt that in a while, and that's a sad part of this. But you know, we're making do with what we got right now, and you know, the more that we can just stay safe and stay apart, then the closer it is to getting back together. So we're not complaining. We don't have it so bad.
Yeah, it's definitely been a year of just like growth and adaptation for, you know, all sorts of people with different career paths. But I think, was it you, Chris, that you used to do yoga pre-show?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you still do that? Because I feel like that's just focusing on mental health in general. Yoga's a great thing, but
Totally. Yeah, I love doing yoga. It's I didn't do it before this show, but I maybe I'm feeling that in my back a little bit. But yeah, it was kind of like, I mean, I really started just doing it just because of the rides in the van. You got to stretch out, you got to do those things, but also like, yeah, totally, like breathing exercises and staying centered is an extremely important part of this time, when it sort of feels like you're at this it sort of feels like the progression of life and career has sort of slowed down a little bit. And I think it's important to not necessarily see that as being a bad thing, and just being like, we're just living in a new way and finding kind of peace in that. So that yeah, I've been doing a lot of yoga.
I
How
feel
about
like
you? Do you do yoga?
So I used to. I broke my leg last year, and like I used to go on a lot of runs. I was
nice.
big on running, and I feel that it's really cool seeing how much you can progress as you build your endurance. Run after run, week after week, and that was always a really fulfilling thing for me. But it's only been a little over a year since I broke my leg, and it's just scary even walking on it.
Totally. Yeah.
But I have been trying to meditate, and I've been doing better about like trying to retain the memories from my dreams with a dream journal.
Oh yeah,
That's a good idea.
Very cool. Very cool.
Actually, the artist I host yesterday, one of them, he was saying that he literally has had dreams that have inspired songs. Like, one of his band members was in the dream and was like, hey, listen to this cool new song, and like pressed play, and then he heard not the lyrics but a melody, and then remembered it when he woke up. I thought that was the trippiest thing I'd ever heard.
Just awesome.
Crazy. But I think keeping track of your dreams and then like kind of carrying over the subconscious thoughts over to your day-to-day life and trying to make sense of it all, I think is important. Absolutely. And fun sometimes, scary sometimes.
Totally. Yeah, those morning is the most creative time of the day, at least for me. So
Yeah.
just post dream.
Sure. Well, during your dreams, I feel like you can be really creative. But for me, the problem is like sometimes, like you were saying about this person you were talking to, sometimes your subconscious will offer you up some really sick idea, but then you have to be awake enough to like write it down or record it. That's where I always am like too half asleep to go to my phone.
It's
and,
crazy,
do a
just
voice
like
memo.
it just dissipates so quickly.
Yeah.
That's why it's good, even if you just have your phone. He was saying he has his phone next to his bed. But I just like having a pen and paper, and then like even if it's one word or one sentence, it can jog that memory later on.
You know, I do the same thing, except I always dream that I've woken up and written it down and recorded it, but I haven't. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, that was a dream where I remembered that thing. And I don't remember it.
Those are the weirdest. You like wake up and you think like, oh God, I'm safe now, and then it's like, just kidding. No, you're still in another dream. Inception. All right, so the two of you, so Parsonsfield was kind of inspired by was named after like the little rural town in Maine, right?
Yeah, it's in southwestern Maine, just near the New Hampshire border, and we recorded our first album, and some of our second album, and in an old farmhouse up there with a guy named Sam Kassir, who plays with Josh Ritter, and just great producer. Great guy, yeah. Who, and it's like this super vibey place to knowing like how many records have been made there, even in the last 10 years or so. It's pretty remarkable. So, but yeah, it was sort of where we came together from turn from this like college jam session into a band where we were kind of making a career. So. That's why we're called this.
I figured if there was like Boston and Chicago and Kansas and all these bands named after famous places, there should be able to be a band that's named after a place no one's ever heard of.
Oh yeah. Was it Poor Old Shine that was the first?
That was our original name. Yeah.
Okay. So, are there several ways to abbreviate Maine, or is it just me?
It's just me.
It's just you.
Okay, so I didn't brief you ahead of time. I guess you just have water for right now, but that's okay. Every time I say one of these dad jokes, they're going to be related to your life or music. You're supposed to take a sip.
Oh, okay. We have more. I'm drinking. I have whiskey, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Well, cheers. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Cheers to everyone watching at home. If you are wanting to find where to search for this awesome music, are you guys on like all the major platforms, or do you have a preferred platform for people to search?
We're wherever you go for your music, Spotify or Apple Music, maybe even your local record store, but yeah, more likely the internet.
Love it. And if you want to find our wine, that's going to be linked below too. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Cool. So we're gonna play a couple songs here from our new record. Still relatively new to the world, not so new to us, but it came out in April, just as we were starting our quarantine, and this is a song called "Till I Die." It's never straight and we love the swerve. Stories live round every curve. Once a stranger in a lonely world. Now I love your shadow and I love your curls. Two children of society, built to rob you of identity, lifted up to be set free. By any name you arose to me. By any other name you arose to me. When the river overflows, stirs up the sadness in your mind, you won't tread water alone. I'll be swimming by your side until the day I die. Da-dai, dai, 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 da-dai, dai, da-dai, dai, dai, da-dai, dai, only for us a protector to keep the monsters from our door. Love keeps the monsters from our door. When the river overflows, stirs up the sadness in your mind, you won't tread water alone. I'll be swimming by your side until the day I die. Da-dai, die, 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 da-dai, die, da-dai, die, die, da-dai, die, da-dai, die, 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 da-dai, die, da-dai, die, die. The distance between you and I is shrinking before our eyes, and with your cheek touching mine, I feel so alive that I ain't scared to die. Da-dai, die, 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 da-dai, die, da-dai, die, die, da-dai, die, da-dai, die, 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 da-dai, die, da-dai, die, die, da-dai, die, da-dai, die, 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 da-dai, die, da-dai, die, die, da-dai, die, da-dai, die, 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 da-dai, die, da-dai, die, die. All right, we're gonna keep going here with a song. Last song on the record is called "Sweet Dream." Love is patient, and I've waited patiently. lovers say. I never thought that they'd be falling off my lips till I saw you, and you saw me. Oh, in this nightmare became a sweet dream. All of those things that lovers say, I never thought that they'd be falling off my lips till I saw you, and you saw me. Oh, in this nightmare became a sweet dream. You're my sweet dream. My sweet dream. You're my sweet.
Woo! Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
This has been Chris and Antonio of Parsonsfield. Thank you for joining us, everyone tuned in on the virtual stratosphere. We appreciate you. Check them out online. It's going to be linked below. And what you just heard was Sweet Dream, which is the outro of Happy Hour on the Floor.
Yeah.
$5 word. You're right, it is.
Perfect. Love it. How did you decide, because I'm sure, like, ultimately, you know, you gather all the material for an album or whatever it may be that an artist such as yourself is releasing, but how do you decide, you know, what's going to introduce the album and kind of set the vibe, and then what's going to ring it all in and close it out and give that kind of closure to the album? So how did you decide on Sweet Dream?
Yeah, usually for us, it hasn't been a conscious decision kind of going into recording the record. We kind of have our songs, and then it's sort of trying to just like find the vibe as we go. So we don't usually come up with track order until it's pretty much ready. But as we were going, I think we just started to feel, things start to pop up where we're like, when we're recording it, we're like, this sounds like the end, or, you know, this sounds like the beginning. Usually you figure out the beginning and the end, and then like kind of the rest falls in place after that.
Yeah. Because the songs change a lot as you go along, even after you start recording them, even after you stop recording them and you start mixing them. We had I think we had 2 weeks of mixing on this or something, and halfway, like a week in, we started really nailing down the order of things.
Right.
So it's kind of up for grabs until very late in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you go in with some sort of idea. Like we have like 2 songs that flow into one another that we did this like tape slowdown thing in order to get them to do that. But it's like those things just kind of become clear as you go. I think with this one, like the album's called Happy Hour on the Floor, and you wanted to.
By the way.
What's that? Oh, I know.
I love it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Very relevant.
Yeah, and same color scheme too. We get the yellow. So we kind of wanted, like, it's not necessarily like, you know, the most upbeat album throughout the whole entire thing. There are definitely it has its moments, but I think we were trying to leave it with like in a hopeful way, and so that song felt pretty hopeful to us.
No, the melody, and I think the message behind not only that melody, but the lyrics, obviously. It leaves you with that kind of sense of hope, I guess. Good.
That's
but
good.
It also, it doesn't definitively close out the album in the way that, like, sometimes, like, when I watch a movie and they basically just tell you exactly the way that they want you to see it end, that's
Right.
not as fun as when it's kind of a cliffhanger and it's interpretive for the audience member, and so you have that sense of hope that you've left, but it's up to whatever the person listening's life path is at,
Totally.
which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so going back to the roots in Maine, where are you guys tuned in from right now? Are you in are you on the East Coast? Are you in Maine or?
Yeah, we're in Somerville, Massachusetts, so just outside of Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right.
Same time
And
zone.
have you been there like the entire time during the pandemic, or?
Yeah, for the most part, we've been around here. We took a month. We rented a cabin up in the Catskills in New York for the month of September, and it was beautiful. I wrote a bunch of songs up there. We'll be getting ready to probably start putting those out in the early next year. Yeah, I mean, it's been it was nice to get out of the city. We have it's pretty not a whole lot of space to go around here, yeah, we've pretty much been holed up in here.
Various places in New England.
Yeah.
Oh, the clam chowder. I've never been, but I'm pescatarian, so just like Maine and, you know, just all the amazing lobster rolls and the clam chowder. I'm like, I need to go over there at
You
some
would
point
love it
and
here.
try it. I would have a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, we actually did our first. We had our first, at least for me. I don't know if it was your first, but it was my first time ever making lobster at home. So like we did we like brought home the live lobster and did the murder ourselves.
Did you hear the little like? I haven't done it. I've had the like lobster tails that are frozen that I thawed, and I like had to look away because it was starting to creep me out. Like all the little.
Oh, and that was frozen.
God.
Yeah.
Well, I had thawed it, so it felt very meaty, and then but I couldn't do the like squealing
This may
situation
not
that
be
you
for you,
dealt
then.
with.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think we
Well,
had
I
this
love
was
a
while we
lobster
were
roll, just not to do it.
totally. Yeah, this was about 3 weeks into our time in this little cabin in the woods, which had plenty of mice. So we were well.
It was man versus nature at that point.
Yeah, we
It
were.
was like the real life Cinderella. Did they like help you sew your clothes up and?
That's a much more romantic picture.
Yeah,
But
they
yes,
were-
Let's go with that.
They were adorable though.
That's
So
good.
cute. Oh, so proud.
So just going back, so you're you're from Maine originally.
No,
Well-
from Connecticut originally.
Oh, Connecticut, but where did
Wikipedia,
you?
not always reliable.
You did something in Maine. Someone did.
That's correct. We recorded our first album, and in fact, some of our subsequent albums in a small town in Maine.
Okay, that's
it's important to
That's
us
what I'm getting
in
mixed
that
up,
way.
and it is important because it's the name of you.
True.
As a group.
Yeah.
But so why were Missouri and Maine admitted as states at the same time? And Antonio, you've got it right because you already have your cup in your hand because this is a joke.
Let me remind you, this is not water.
Perfect. That's
why
what
were
I'm
they?
aiming towards.
I'm saying it has something to do with the M. I don't know. I give up.
So Missouri and Maine were admitted as states at the same time because Missouri loves company.
That's worth a drink.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you write these yourself?
That's one thing I can't reveal. It's it's a secret. But
Trade
secret,
secret.
I do have things written down, and that was one of them. I wrote it myself, yes. On paper.
Technicality. It's pretty good.
All right, so Chris, Antonio, you each have to answer this question individually, and that is, today is National Men Make Dinner Day. So,
Good holiday.
each of you, what is your
Nose-
go-to
nose
recipe?
thing.
If you could make something for dinner, and then you have to Rochambeau about which recipe is gonna be made at
Right.
the end.
And we talked about this earlier. I still don't exactly know what Rochambeau means, but
Oh.
but we're gonna
Tell you when you're older.
yeah, okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. Is that better?
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I've been making a like a curried turkey shepherd's pie. That's been kind of my go-to recipe during quarantine. Yeah, I'm also really into waffling. So I guess I haven't really decided, but I learned that you can waffle just about anything during quarantine, and I've been I've been playing a lot of games like Will It Waffle.
What?
Did
See,
you waffle
okay,
your curry shepherd's pie?
One
yeah,
could. I
I'm
think one could.
confused because
Tried
you
this?
said Rochambeau was confusing, and you're throwing all these terms as if
Will
I
it waffle?
should know.
That's
Like,
3 words.
Casual. Okay, but Chris, you can't lead us astray here. You have to designate one single recipe because you're Rochambeauing.
Okay.
Rock,
okay,
paper,
I would
scissoring
go
for one.
for one. Okay, I'll go with the shepherd's pie.
That's beyond my capabilities, but it sounds delicious. I've had your shepherd's pie before, and it is delicious. I already know
Was
this.
it the turkey curry one? Because this sounds very intriguing.
I think it
Yeah,
probably was.
it's like it's the like sweet potatoes on top,
Oh.
and then you goes parsnips and carrots in the middle.
What?
Some onions, and then like curried turkey on the bottom, and I just like dump the curry in there. Yeah,
Love me a good
never
curry.
have too much.
Curry it up.
Yep. I'm really psyched to hear what Antonio says though.
Antonio, I'm gonna use that like if I'm rushing someone from now, I'm gonna say, "Hey, curry it up. Why don't you?"
Why don't you curry it up?
That's worth a drink. I think.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to
that's
everyone
good.
watching at home.
That's really good.
If you have a good recipe, we are in November now. Drop it in the comments box below if you have a recipe worth sharing. But Antonio's gonna share his.
Well, normally I'm the kind of guy who would get like a deer in the headlights stare when you ask this question because that isn't normally my forte, and I had no idea that it was this like men make dinner thing until you brought it up. That's news to me,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
a national
fortuitous
day.
timing because just yesterday, I don't know what came over me, but I typed into Google fancy recipes and stuff. And
Wait,
so
like that exactly?
and stuff was typed in the address bar, yes. But what I settled on and what I made, which turned out pretty good, it's called salmon en papillon, and I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, but it's French. It sounds like pretty fancy. It means salmon in paper. And you literally take a fillet of salmon and you like cut up some vegetables and you put your spices and your maybe some herbs. I got some dill and some parsley, and you basically put it in parchment paper and you like fold it and like kind of crimp the edges, and that appealed to the part of me that likes origami. And then you stick it in the oven for 20 minutes, and it's like the easy, if I can handle it, it's extremely easy.
And you get like a little bit of origami arts and crafts fun.
Exactly.
With the
but it
cooking.
feels it was great. It turned out amazing, and it feels so fancy. It like puffs up from the steam, so you take it out of the oven, and it's this like dramatic serving experience where you like open your salmon en papillon, and it's so if there are any people who want a low effort recipe that feels like you put in a lot of effort, I would highly recommend this.
That sounds awesome. I'm kind of like I feel like I do want to see the two of you Rochambeau. But I'm sorry, Chris, but now you know what it means, so it's okay.
I still don't know what it means, actually.
Okay, because this is also a debate. Is it Rochambeau, and then it's either the rock, paper, scissors, or is it
that just another name for rock,
Rocham-
paper, scissors in this case?
Yeah, I think
this is what I grew up like knowing it as, but it was interchangeable. Like if you said Rochambeau or rock, paper, scissors, people knew what you're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, I think the Louisiana
Maybe.
definition of that is a different thing.
Are you from Louisiana? Did I miss that?
No,
No.
but I have some friends from Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
And-
Oh,
What does their Rochambeau mean?
I see.
That referred to a contest. It was like the middle school version of a duel, where you didn't have pistols or anything, but you would basically, if you had a disagreement with a fellow middle school gentleman, you would pick a person to go first, and that gentleman would kick the other person in between the legs as hard as they could, and then you would take turns doing that, and the last person, the person who called it off, was the loser. And I think rock, paper, scissors is probably a better idea right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Maybe that's just
okay.
maybe I just have weird
the
friends.
the two of you can whatever you want to call it. I just like Rochambeau is just more like it just falls off the tongue a little easier.
French tends to.
Well,
And papillon, yeah.
but I feel like also the people in the comments, they should vote which recipe should be made, and then whoever wins has to post once you've cooked it at whatever point. You have till the end of the week.
Oh, okay.
I think we're both
I don't
up
know.
for that.
I think
If we count Friday night inclusive, I think we're both up for that.
I think so. Yeah.
Like by Sunday at 11:59 p.m.
Piece of cake.
No problem.
We got this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, if you want to vote for Chris's turkey curry shepherd's pie, vote for him in the comments. Or we also have Antonio. It's what is it? The salmon papillon.
Yes, flawless.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
I vote for the salmon papillon.
Well, okay, but then my vote should also count because I want the Rochambeau. Rock, paper,
Oh, okay.
scissors.
Okay. Should we do that right
You
now?
doing this?
Just for fun. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's... thank God. Okay.
On shoot, yes?
On the downbeat.
On finally, speaking language I can understand. Alright.
Okay.
Rock,
Rochambeau.
shoot.
Rochambeau. All right.
Okay, that's one.
I don't know
No,
what...
no, it's best 2 out of 3.
Oh, okay.
Always. Because that allows. Yep.
Rochambeau.
There it is. It's over. Rock, beat, scissors.
I'm really good at that game.
Cool. I won my high school's rock, paper, scissors tournament.
And you're just now saying this. I don't know if I believe you because this information is so
Well, that
new and
wasn't
such a long conversation.
That was not a strong showing for a former champion, so I guess things have gone downhill.
Well, I've been practicing.
I think you guys are doing great. Okay, so up next. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are good sports. But is it? Do we have maybe Running River or?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna play another song from this new record. This is a song about our what seemed to be endless years of touring. Forget the words.
Oh,
What's the
there's something
first
about
line?
watching sunrise.
Watch the sunrise through the rain. 100 more miles to fame. In a half-broken machine, chasing the dream. We're the creatures from across any truck stop parking lot. Chasing a dream. Wide-eyed, lonesome freaks, pirates on an asphalt sea of red lights, running river, another night, tracing the dark, crimson eyes, white knuckles and a black and blue heart. Bless the mad ones, those who know you can't rock without some place to roll. Bless the driveways, the beds and caffeine that carry a dream. When we're yellowed by the sun and dangle our feet from the horizon, proud and free, wannabes, we chased a dream. On an asphalt sea of red lights, running river, another night, tracing the dark, crimson eyes, white knuckles and a black and blue heart. Running river, may you ever be our guide. No endorsements, no reinforcements, only 300 horses pulling me home down that road, sweet road. So roll, baby, roll to red lights, running river, another night, tracing the dark, crimson eyes, white knuckles, and a black and blue heart. Are we wading in the water? Are we walking on the tide? Running river, may you ever be our guide. Running river, may you ever be our guide. Running river, may you ever be our guide.
Woo! Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Antonio. Yeah, I actually once fell into an African river, but I would refuse to accept it. I was like, no. I was in denial.
Cheers.
Well done.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody watching. Last time I checked, it looks like so far, Antonio, you're in the lead with
In
the
what
salmon. The salmon
that's huge.
pompignon, or however you pronounce it.
I fully endorse it.
But for those of you out there, if you want to endorse Chris's turkey curry shepherd's pie, please comment below. Or if you think like maybe you stand a chance with your recipe, comment with your recipe below, and maybe they'll make it. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that would
they
be-
have
that
till
would-
Sunday.
That would be fun.
All right, you guys. So Running River, that was also part of your newest Happy Hour on the Floor.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do we have up next?
So
do
we're
you
gonna do the we're gonna do a song about happy hour. From the Happy Hour on the Floor, the song that gave the title to the record. And this is the story of Friday night, maybe Thursday night, at work in an office. This happened a long time ago, and the boss leaves, and there's no more work to be done, so it's just sitting on the floor with paper cups, filling the time of the rest of the day, and that's where it begins. Yeah.
Love it.
We quit early and had happy hour on the floor. What the hell are we doing this for? It's hard to wake up every day feeling so unsure if this is how it's supposed to be. Behind every happy hour there lives a sadness. I'm feeling mine the longer I stay at this. But every time I try to get away from this madness, something holds me back like I'm running on a wheel. Need a little bit of cash and a ticket to set me free. The world is a movie I wanna see, and I've been watching all these actors actors playing the same scenes. I know the lines by memory of the same old words, the same old words. File me down like Emery. Now at the bottom of this paper cup I'm trying not to spill is a white blank page I'd like to fill with meaning much stronger, a proof that's undistilled. But I can't see tomorrow through today. I need a little bit of cash and a ticket to set me free. The world is a movie I wanna see, but I've been watching all these actors playing the same scene. I know the lines by memory. And the same old words, the same old words. File me down like Emery. Oh, the same old words, the same old words. File me down like Emery.
Woo! Thank you.
Hey, you got a friend in there.
I do. Okay, so I brought him in because Chris, Antonio, this is Michael, and it happens to be he's my coworker, and it's his birthday.
Oh.
So I was wondering if maybe real quick we could have you do an impromptu, real quick, little happy birthday song for him.
Oh, I don't know the song. I'm just kidding.
How's it go?
Yeah, happy birthday. Here we go.
Thank you, brother.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michael. Happy birthday to you.
Amazing. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Awesome.
I want to get a banjo badly.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
The world needs more banjo players right now.
That's a
Antonio does
4-string,
the
right?
mandolin too.
It keeps at least a 6-foot radius all the way around you when you have one. So
Very good for social distancing.
Yeah.
Banjo helps.
Thanks, guys.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday. Thank you guys. All right, appreciate that. If you're watching and it's your birthday too, that was also a happy birthday song for you from Chris and Antonio. All right, you guys, thank you. So I know we're just already approaching the 5 o'clock happy hour over here on the West Coast. So where you're at, is it almost 8?
correct. Yeah, 8 o'clock happy hour. Same thing.
So it's like
Same
been the 5 o'clock hour,
Yeah.
and then some for a while for you guys.
I'll tell you, this is the first hour in a few days that I haven't been like doomsday scrolling on my phone. So this truly has been a happy hour.
Yay! That makes me happy to hear because I felt the same way. Yesterday was Stress Awareness Day and National Candy Day, which basically is the same thing. Today is, I love it, it's National Men Make Dinner Day and National Donut Day. So with that being said, what's your favorite type of donut?
Oh man, my favorite. Oh, there's this donut shop right around the corner from us called Union Square Donuts, and they make a salted caramel bourbon donut that is like the most incredible thing in the world. I'm also a runner, just like you said you were, and I usually, if I do 10 miles, I have to get over 10 miles, but if I do, then I often run straight to the donut shop.
You don't do like the 5 or more let it soar thing? Like if you're like 9.5 miles, you're like, oh, I'll round up to 10. I deserve the donut.
I sometimes, yeah. Guilty.
Do you know, did you guys learn that in, I think it was elementary school, it's like 4 or less, let it rest, like you round down 4 or below, and then round up.
I don't know that I knew that rhyme, but I...
Never heard that. That would have been
Yeah.
useful.
I apparently
Learning
just
running.
learned all these weird things that are
No,
known on the
maybe
East
we're
Coast.
just dumb.
Probably it. That's probably it.
No, absolutely not. Well, you guys have been a blast, and we have 8 minutes, so I think we can mash together 2 songs just
Totally.
back to back.
Yeah, I'd love to do this. We're gonna try it. We're gonna play a brand new song that we wrote in the formerly mentioned cabin up in the Catskills. Wrote this song after reading the book "Love in the Time of Cholera" by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and I figured it was a good book to finally read during a pandemic, and but it's not really about cholera at all, but it is an incredibly touching and moving love story that
We're talking about the book, not the song.
well, yeah. So here it is. It's called "Lover Lives in Everything." My lover's voice can make a tombstone cry. It can pull me from a cave where I went away to hide. It follows me down river when I try to lose my mind. Oh, my lover's voice can make a tombstone cry. My lover moves like a willow tree, swaying side to side, accepting of the breeze, hides me from the sunlight where I'm falling on my knees. My lover moves like a willow tree. Darling, once you found love, it's hard to find again. Darling, once you smelled it, the scent lives on your skin. And you can tear up all the music, but the melody still rings. My lover lives in everything. The world is our wedding bed, a blanket made of stars, a green pillow for our heads. If I can die for love, then lovers shoot me dead. I wanna die in our wedding bed. Darling, once you found love, it's hard to find again. Darling, once you smelled it, the scent lives on your skin. And you can
tear up all the music, but the melody still rings. My lover lives in everything. Yes, you can tear up all the music, but I still hear you sing. My lover lives in everything. Awesome, man. All right, we're gonna close it out with one more song here. This is a song that's about it's about speaking your mind. It's about having a voice and not going quietly into the night. Another song inspired by literature.
Literary pursuits.
This week it's also another hopeful song that hope it gives you a feeling of confidence and among the nervous, kind of nauseous optimism that has been
Nauseous optimism.
that it feels
that
like
sums
this
up my
week.
week, man. Oh. That's not the key I meant to be in.
This is a song called "Kick Out the Windows." It's off an album that we put out in 2018. The album is called "We," and if you're interested, you can follow us on Facebook or on Instagram, and we hopefully doing some more live stuff coming up soon. So thank you so much to Jem Sellers and everybody for tuning in and having us here. Summer sky, sleeping since you woke, in pools of streetlight on the ground. Go and find the strangers that you know. Take your glass and drink the poison down. Oh, but we have seen a thing or two. The hills, the city and the sea. Though the stars are many, we are few. It's just the earth, the heavens, you and me. So let's kick out the windows, right on the walls, climb over the fences, run down the halls. In the light dying, we'll rage and fight, go kicking and screaming into that good night. Till we rouse this town that never wakes, and we can paint a line across it all to lead the charge, at least if not the way. And slowly to the wreckage we will come, there to die, our lives a different shade, and grasp at every ray of sun. Tonight
the shadows we have made. Come on! Let's kick out the windows, right on the walls, climb over the fences, run down the halls. In the light dying, we'll rage and fight, go kicking and screaming into that good night. Let's wield our armies and our ships under garbage city streets and power lines, and choose what echoes from our lips, if it's a whisper or a battle cry. We'll still kick out the windows, right on the walls, climb over the fences, run down the halls. In the light dying, we'll rage and fight, go kicking and screaming. Let's kick out the windows, right on the walls, climb over the fences, run down the halls. In the light dying, we'll rage and fight, go kicking and screaming into that good night.
Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
No problem. This has been an amazing and uplifting hour amidst a crazy week.
For us
So
too.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
So cheers to the two of you. I have one last kind of random, kind of not joke, but why do AM, FM radio lovers, why do they love the game hide and seek so much?
Why do they love it?
Because radio or not, here I come. It's the worst, but I thought I'd end on a terrible note, so cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. To everyone watching, thanks for putting up with my jokes, and thank you for tuning in for the amazing music. It's all about yin and yang, right? And find our wine through the Jam Cellars website or the Drizzly app, and find all of your music-related memorabilia or just virtual song downloads, or I'm sure you guys have live streams coming up in the future. Hopefully, maybe with the recipe on Sunday.
Totally, yeah, and
fun.
also just for one little plug for well, it's for us, but also for all other independent musicians. Tomorrow is a Bandcamp Friday day, so we sell a lot of our merch and our music as well through Bandcamp. And tomorrow, Bandcamp doesn't take any of their revenue share. They give it right back to all independent artists. And so tomorrow, if you're thinking about supporting any band that's on Bandcamp, tomorrow is an extra great day to do it, to help all of us who are currently doing live streams instead of traveling the country. But we really appreciate everybody for joining us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And, it's people like Chris and Antonio, they have provided us with this just amazing, little sploosh of music that we've all just been missing so much. Concerts are, as for 2020, kind of a thing of the past in terms of in-person venues. But this has been amazing. And thank you for just contributing to keeping our mental health in check, because I think music and wine, but music is just such a force when it comes to that. So thank you.
Use both for best results.
Amen.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye,
Thank you.